I think we're live. I'm just going to chill for a bit and wait for people to join. Elliot, what's up? Vivian, Ridge, Carlos, TGR, welcome, welcome. Roland, Bill, Mark, sup, James, what's going on, buddy? What's up, what's up? So we're going to start at 11. Right now we're just relaxing. Elliot, how are you? How's everyone doing this fine? I mean, it's evening where I'm at. I don't know about you guys. Kishi, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I love that horn. It's so overused, but it's so great. Where's the whiskey at? All right. I got Jim Beam bourbon, and I'm feeling a little, you know, on the good side. I got some soju as well. I'm chilling, dude. Just got done with my stream. Nice. Roman, how are you? How's everything? What's going on? What's up? So we're going to start in about 7 minutes. Just chilling at the moment. Just chilling. Steve, Garrett, Chris, how are you guys? I am announcing the stream. So, how is everyone? We're starting in about 5 minutes, like I said. Right now we're just chilling. Garrett, what's going on? Haha, nice. Anthony Restivo has joined. It's such a stupid horn, but I love it so much. So I said we were going to start at 11, so we will start at 11. I am very unprepared for this stream. It's been a crazy day, so time to relax. Time to relax. How you doing, bro? Says Roman. I am just dandy. Just chilling, man. It's been a crazy weekend, crazy week. So far, this week has been pretty busy, but doing good otherwise. Doing good, doing good. Doing good. So we're going to start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We get some music rolling. Colin, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're not started yet. I'm merely still setting up, so you're getting a little behind the scenes right now. So what song should we start with? What's a good... I just got the SNES component cable. Looks great. Oh, which one? Is it one of the... what is it called? There's a company that makes special HD cables, but I forgot what they're called. Let's bust out some PS2 music. Start off nice and chill here with some Zone of the Enders OST. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Glynis, Ari, how are you? HD. That's a little loud. God, I love the Zone of the Enders soundtrack. HD Retrovision, yes, that was a company I was thinking of. They make some pretty good cables. The SNES can output RGB without mods. I don't remember. And is it a one-chip SNES or is it one of the later models? So how is everyone doing tonight? We're gonna start in about 3 minutes. I currently have some Zone of the Enders soundtrack playing. That's a little creepy. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We get pumped for the hacks. TGR says, how many times have you finished the Shenmue collection yet? So I haven't been playing it too much. I was actually playing it like a month before it came out, helping out with supplying, like, you know, things I found. So I played it pretty thoroughly, but I haven't beaten it. Elliot says Zone of the Enders nice. Damn right it's nice. Such a good game. Such a good soundtrack. What do you guys like better, Zone of the Enders 1 or 2? Tiffany has joined. Tiff, how are you? I haven't seen you in forever. The last couple conventions I went to, I haven't seen you at them. How you been? Jeff, what's going on? David. Oh, shit. David has entered the stream. I don't know if you guys can hear the air horn when it goes off, but... Very nice. Very nice. So... Can you guys hear everything okay? Ah, Timmy boy. Tim has entered the stream. Tim, I finally watched FLCL Progressive. Have you finished it yet? George, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. What's up? Bam, 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 bam. Work, what's going on? Let's see. Let's get some more music going on here. Dude, I love this track. So, it is 10:58 in Eastern Standard Time. And I said we would start at 11. I'm drinking coffee and alcohol at the same time. That's probably not a good thing. So, it is just about time to begin. Jeff says, I can hear you perfectly. Thank you. The music is pretty much inaudible, but the air horn is fine, and so is your voice. Wait, really? Is the audio quality not too good? Kara, what's going on? How's everything going? I'm drinking Bud Light right now out of beer. Out of a beer boot. Oh, hello. Very nice. Can you hear the music better now? Let me know. Once the audio levels are good, I'll start. Ah, Karin, my boy. How you been? Manny, what's going on, man? Manny has joined the stream. So, how is everyone doing tonight? What's up? My name is James. I'll be your host for tonight's stream. Today we're going to be talking about this beautiful little gem of a console, the PlayStation 2, released sometime, I don't remember offhand, 2001? 2000? I don't remember. But anyway, the PlayStation 2 goes down as the best-selling console of all time, selling 100 and something million units. There are many different versions of the fat PS2, this guy. I personally have two of them. There is also a slim PlayStation 2, but there's no... I don't see a point in owning one of them. The reason why is because when it comes to hacking consoles, you want the fat PS2. Manny says, got the Terminator. Terminator Bros. Terminator 2's on. I can't even read the comments because I don't have my glasses on. I can't see shit. The Terminator 2's, yes. Yes. Call me the T1 million because we're that cool. So, who here likes the PlayStation 2? What are some of your favorite games? I still own a pearl-colored Japanese PS2 with the original Japanese region Kingdom Hearts games. Nice. Carl, what's going on? How are you? How you doing? I feel like I need a strobe light. Amanda, Lewis, how are you? How's everything going? Dro, what's up, man? Oh, shit. My boy Dro has entered the stream. Joe, I haven't seen you in a while. How's everything? How's Dallas doing? Elliot says Yakuza 1 and 2, Zone of the Enders, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are great PS2 games. Yes, they are. Sarah Thomas, how are you? Sarah, how is my boy doing? How's he doing? So, this is a stream about hacking the PlayStation 2. However, sadly, I can't actually show you the hacks running because I have no way of plugging my PlayStation 2 into any of the screens that I have here, unlike the Dreamcast stream, which I did. So, oh wow, this music. Hold on, we want that dang stuff. Joshi! Joe has joined. Joe, you get a special air horn. Now that Joe is in the stream, I am afraid to read the comments. He is the most savage motherfucker I have ever met. So, let's get started. Justin, how are you? Justin, another savage motherfucker. Anyway, so the PlayStation 2 can be modded in a couple different ways. You can do a hard mod. You can do a soft mod. You can do hot swapping. And I will explain how all of them work. So, first and foremost, let me fix my fucking thing here. TGR says Gran Turismo 3 Sega Ages Collections. Very nice. Very nice. Let me know if the music's too loud. So, hot swapping. What is hot swapping? Justin Taddy. Justin Taddy has joined the stream. Justin Taddy, you get an air horn. It's so stupid. I love it. Anyway, so hot swapping refers to the idea of getting a console to read a disc, right? And then make it so that it still thinks it's reading a legitimate PlayStation 2 game. But you pop in a burnt game, and it thinks it's playing this game, but it's actually playing this game by using, not to get too technical, but let me grab a PlayStation 2 disc. Give me 1 second. Matt Kilpatrick has joined. Matt, I haven't heard from you in God knows how long. You get an air horn, my friend. Anyway, so when we hot swap on the PlayStation 2, like I said, it refers to the idea that you have two different discs, right? Oh, damn, this is some... Ooh, yes. Oh, yeah. So say you have a legitimate game. This is a Japanese copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City, right? Horrible version of Vice City. For those who don't know, in Japan, the Grand Theft Auto games are actually published by Capcom, which is why Capcom's logo is right here. So we have a legitimate PlayStation 2 disc, right? And on the bottom of the disc, I'll turn the music down just a little bit because I don't know if it's too loud. I don't know how well you can see that, but there is right here. This ring contains, let's just call it security data, right? And if you actually listen to the console spin the disc up and down, you'll hear the disc drive spin fast, then spin slow, spin fast, whatever. And what that means is the actual laser in the disc drive is moving from different parts of the disc, right? And the idea of hot swapping refers to pretty much taking out a legitimate disc after that security sector has been read on the disc, and then popping in a fake disc that doesn't have the same security sector or game title ID and all that mumbo jumbo. So the PS2, in the end, will think it's reading this game, but it's actually loading the data off of a different disc. So thus, you get a pirate game running via hot swapping. So let's get that out of the way. Woo! I'm drinking Jim Beam bourbon at the moment. So hot swapping, I don't really see a reason to do it anymore because PlayStation 2 hacks are so like very well made at this point. I think the only time hot swapping is worth doing is if you're on a slim PS2. But I use a fat PS2. So over time, there were mods that came out that pretty much exploit the way the system turns on, right? So as the PlayStation 2 is booting, you could have little payloads that sit. Whoop! I just fucked the music up. You have little payloads that sit on a memory card, right? And on the PlayStation 2, on I think all fat models, and only up to the 9000 series of the Slims, the PlayStation 2 would read data off of the memory card as it's turning on. And when the homebrew community found out about that, through like, you know, very sophisticated people out there who reverse engineer these things, it was found out that you can get the PS2 to do some wonky shit by injecting payloads off of the memory card as the system's turning on. And one of the first iterations of that hack was a thing called the Mr. Sir key launcher. And the way it worked was, hang on one second. Okay, so the way it would work is you have a PlayStation 1 disc inside of your console, and the payload would exploit the boot method as well as how the PS2 loads into PlayStation 1 mode to load PS1 games. And you would have the Mr. Sir key launcher and the actual primordial exploit on the memory card. And you would have what is called a trigger disk, right? And what that is on the memory card, there's a little text file with a bunch of game IDs on it, right? And what you could do is you pop in a trigger disk, like here's Mortal Kombat 2 on PS1. Actually, a quite hard to find game nowadays. I found this in Japan because Mortal Kombat 2 only came out in Japan on PlayStation. So it would read the title ID, which would get the payload to work, which would then load you into a submenu that can load Homebrew. So thus, in effect, you have Homebrew running on the system, and from there, you can launch HD Loader or Open PS2 Loader or whatever you're using, and, you know, boot games right off of the hard drive. Or boot games off the memory card, or boot games off a USB stick, or whatever you want to do. Eventually, in the community, there was a new method developed, which is called FreeMC Boot, right? FreeMC Boot uses a slightly different method to execute some hacks, if you want to call them that. Excuse me. Oh, we have some people join. Sue Daly. Wow. Sue, I haven't seen you in a very long time. How you been? Adrian, how are you? Corinne. Ah, Corinne. Corinne gets an air horn. Hell yeah. Corinne, I can't wait for AVGC. Anyway. So that horn is so ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna change the soundtrack. What do you guys want to hear? Give me a game, any game that has a good soundtrack. I don't, as long as it's for the PS2. Unless, if not, I'm gonna put on the Armored Core 2 soundtrack. Anyway, so eventually, in the homebrew community, there was an exploit created by 2 people, and it's called FreeMC Boot. And what FreeMC Boot does, same kind of method, off of the memory card, it pretty much exploits the PS2 as it's turning on, and gives you a hacked ODdsys, which the ODdsys refers to that main menu of the PlayStation 2 that has like system configuration and memory card manager and all that stuff. And it allows you to pretty much boot unsigned code. So right off of the menu, you can load HD Loader, Open PS2 Loader, ESR, which I'll get to in a second, and a bunch of other stuff. Whatever you want to put on there. FreeMC Boot currently is like the most used method. It works really well. And just only not too long ago, there's a new exploit that's being developed. I don't think it's out yet. Ah, Brittany, how are you? How you doing? Street Fighter EX3 OST. Okay. All right, let's see. Any specific song? Oh, hell yeah. Nick Stewart. Ah! My old manager at Princeton. Nick, how the hell are you, man? It's been forever. Nick Stewart gets an air horn. Nick, I was thinking about coming to visit not too long from now. You're still at Princeton Library, right? So, Philip Steinberg, how are you? How you doing? Yo, this soundtrack is nice. Anywho, so FreeMC Boot is like the most used exploit. And yeah, I mean, it loads off the memory card, it boots you into a hacked dashboard, and you can load unsigned code with it. When I say unsigned code, I mean things like Homebrew, configuration tools, you know, stuff that'll allow you to change the video display modes. You can play PAL games on a North American TV. So if you want to play Animal Soccer World, which is Adam Corlick's favorite game, I know. If Adam was in the stream, I'd be making fun of him right now. So yeah, FreeMC Boot, awesome exploit. I use it personally for everything. All my PS2 consoles. I have 2 North American fat PS2s. One of them has a dead disk drive, and I have a Japanese PS2 as well. But there's one caveat to using FreeMC Boot, and that is you can't bypass the region lock. Reason being is because on the PS2, the region detection is done actually within the CD drive. Inside the firmware for the CD drive, it detects what region the disk is. So, sadly, even if you have FreeMC Boot running, you can't bypass the region lock without doing some extra steps. Ah, Corey! My man Corey! Yo, Corey is my dude, bro. You get an air horn, man. Yeah. So, if you want to bypass the region lock on a PS2, what do? Well, you definitely can't load discs unless you're hot swapping, which is one method, as I stated before. You could run a homebrew called Cog Swap to make that happen. Megan, how are you? Megan has joined the stream. What's going on? How you been, Megan? How's life? So, Megan says, haha! Haha, Megan, you get an air horn. This is so ridiculous. Anyway. Hold on one second. Yo, Paulo Solo gives the greatest reactions. It's either, yo, Paul, I don't know if you're watching, but you're supposed to do an angry react, not a sad react. Come on, man. You're Mr. Angry React. Angry React Video Game Con. Thomas White says, can confirm, free MC boot works on all my PS2s except for the 9000 Slim. Yeah, Sony fixed the fucking boot method for the Slim 9000 model, so it doesn't work on it. Megan says, eating a turkey sandwich with watermelon. Nice. I'm just drinking alcohol. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so to bypass the region swap, or the region detection. Megan says, when is your talk show happening? I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Fucking James presents Saturday Night Live, you know, whatever. Anyway, so to bypass the region lock, you can either hot swap using cog swap or whatever homebrew of your choice, using like a flip top cover, which is pretty much a cover for the PS2 that sits above the disk drive. There's a hole here, so you can just pull the disk out without ejecting the CD drive. Or you can use a method called ESR loader, right? ESR loader is a piece of software that can load what is called ESR patched disk images, right? If you don't know what a disk image is, it's pretty much a virtual file for an ISO. It's a virtual file that represents an entire PlayStation 2 game that you can burn to a DVD. And when you patch it with ESR loader, what happens is when the PS2 looks at that burnt disc, it kind of reads it as a DVD video. It's like a DVD movie. But ESR is smart enough to remount the partitions. So when the PS2 loads it as a DVD, it remounts, and then the PS2 gets tricked into loading the game data, so thus you get to play the game. The only problem with ESR loader is, one, it requires some extra steps, which can be kind of annoying. I can understand that. And for two, the compatibility is kind of low. I mean, it's not low, but it's not perfect. And even if a game works, you may get into an issue where, like, the game doesn't load fast enough. Like, you'll be playing Final Fantasy X, and it'll just stop mid-battle, try to load, and it takes like 30 seconds to load. It's really annoying. The other method is to use what I personally use, and that's loading off the hard drive, right? Now, on the fat PS2, there is a hard drive bay, right? And the hard drive bay, you can connect a network adapter to it, and inside the network adapter, you can install a hard drive, which I'm using a 2.5-inch laptop drive, because if you use a 3.5-inch, it won't sit in the PS2 correctly unless you have a hard drive caddy. So when you load games off the hard drive, it doesn't care about the region, which is great. However, if you want to copy games to the hard drive, once again, you're limited by the DVD drive firmware that looks at the region. So you can't copy a Japanese game, which I have one right here. This is a Japanese Vice City. You can't copy a Japanese game to a North American PS2 because the region lock gets in the way. To bypass that, you could download some Windows software called WinHip. And if you connect your hard drive to your computer, you can use WinHip to push the disk image to the hard drive, no matter the region. Because once the game is on the hard drive, the PS2 doesn't care anymore. It's only trying to copy it that's a problem. Megan says, I love when you speak so intelligent. Nah, This is like basic stuff, man. This is... I'm not intelligent, dude. I'm just some dude that loves fucking video game consoles. Lee Baxter is joined. Lee! My Shenmue brother, how are you? How you doing? So, you can bypass the region detection doing that. And that's really about it. So, when it comes to classic PS2 modding, you can install a mod chip, right? What a mod chip does, which, do I have one? I don't know. I have a PS2 mod chip somewhere, just like an uninstalled mod chip. So, the mod chip pretty much acts, it's a little chip you could solder onto the motherboard of the PS2 that'll make it pretty much do whatever you want. You can shut off region detection. You can shut off whatever you want. You can get the PS2 to load pirate games. So you can install a mod chip, and that'll bypass the need for a soft mod. And you can just run HD Loader, which is a program that allows you to run games off the hard drive, which is what I was talking about before. In my personal opinion, I don't know if mod chips are necessary anymore, because soft mods are so like well developed on the PlayStation 2 that you just really don't need them. But a mod chip is good though, because it makes it a little easier to do some of these hacks, but you don't necessarily need it if you want to go the extra step and learn how soft mods work. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Ah, Joe Martucci. How you doing, buddy? Jermaine, what's going on? How you doing? Thomas says that's good to know regarding getting the games on the hard drive. I'll use my PC. I have a hard drive adapter for a PS2 and modded PS2s. Yeah, it's really easy. Your PC can read a PS2 disc without any issues. So you can literally just pop your PS2 game into your computer and then just run WinHip and it'll copy it right to the hard drive. It doesn't care about the region. I'm going to change the song. Does anybody have any questions? Brooke says, bruh. Bruh. Brooke, you get an air horn. Yeah. Brooke, how are you? I can't wait to see you at ABGC, man. John Dogie! Jonathan! How you doing, buddy? Brooke says, thanks, man. Very good. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. I was happy to see you at Otakon. I mean, it wasn't for very long, but we got to hang out longer at ABGC. Brooke says, better now that I get to see your swanky ass. Hell yeah. You know it. Ah, Dave Crossan. Mr. Old School Dave. Mr. Retro Gaming Rewind himself. Mr. AVGC motherfucker, you get an air horn. Dave says, my man. Motherfucking Dave. Let's see. John says, I'm watching Rocky 2. Nice, man. Nice. James the Peach. Why am I a peach? Is it because of the lighting? It makes my face a little brighter. Yo, Dave. I want to change the OST. Give me a good PS2 soundtrack, you sexy motherfucker. Anyway, so we pretty much covered everything about PS2 modding. So now we're just chilling. So anybody who's joining right now, you're SOL, baby. You got to watch the VOD. Let's see. John says, I don't know, roll with it. Okay. Dave says, Contra Shattered Soldier, son. All right. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. Oh, fuck yeah. Get that blood rolling. JC is joined. Jay, what's up, man? Are you still in my area by any chance? Because we got to meet up. Brooks says you like Naughty Dog games. You goddamn right. When it comes to Naughty Dog, I mean, we've all played Crash Bandicoot. I've beaten... wow, why am I forgetting the name of these games? John says, I always wanted to get into Yakuza, but I never got far in Yakuza 1. I got on PS2. Did they ever remake that game or re-release it yet? Yeah, I think Yakuza has a remake, Yakuza Kiwami, right? I think so. I'm not really too much into the Yakuza games. I'll eventually play them. I have some of them over on my shelf over there. But over on this shelf, my PlayStation 2 shelf. Dave says I'm going to pass out. All right, Dave. Thanks for coming, man. So yeah, PS2 modding is like pretty simple. Honestly, it didn't really need that long of a stream to go over everything. All right, let's change the soundtrack again. No PS2 stream is incomplete, or is complete, without the theme, God Hand. Very nice. John says, I got my 32X for S-Video. How do you like that shit? Dude. The Sega 32X doesn't get enough love. I have a couple games for it. This is my entire 32X collection. Only 3 games. I have Virtual Fighter, Doom, and Mortal Kombat 2, which is signed. Oh, the God Hand. Tom says, later, man. Have a nice drink. Thanks, bro. Tom, am I going to see you at a con anytime soon? I know the Neo Geo World Tour is over, so. Right, I think it ended. Brooks says, I've been rewatching cutscenes of the Uncharted series. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Uncharted. I beat 1, 2, and 3. The newest one is my favorite, maybe because it has Chloe fucking Fraser as the main character, with Beefcake Hottie and Nadine Ross as their partner. So much gay, I'm obsessed with it. That's hot. That's real hot. James, doesn't it feel like Power Drift should have gotten a 32X release? I mean, come on. Suzuki's other arcade classics got released on it. I actually haven't played much of Power Drift. So I don't know how I feel about it. Lee Baxter says, I have God Hand. Nice, dude. I feel like God Hand's going up in price a little bit. The eBay sold listings are somewhere in the 30 range, but, you know. Will Stork. How you doing, buddy? What's going on, man? So what are everyone's favorite PlayStation 2 games? Power Drift is unbelievable, so wonderful. I can agree with that. I haven't played it too much, though. This light is really bright. That's why I have my sunglasses on. Eric, what's going on, buddy? So, guys, we have already finished talking about modding the PS2. It didn't take that long, so now we're just chilling out, talking about PlayStation 2 games. So what are some of everyone's favorite games? I'm seeing a lot of talk about non-PS2 games. But for the PlayStation 2, for the sake of the stream, what are some games you guys like? Let's see. Swallow Dive or Brutal Tiger, which is better? I like Swallow Dive, but Brutal Tiger is a beast. I haven't played either of them, actually. Let's see. Brooks says Shadow of the Colossus. Jillian Church says, James, I love you, but Con Crunch calls me by. Jillian! Jillian. You best bro. I'm sorry that I'm not going to go to CastleCon East. I would have loved to hang out with you and your friend there. But, you know, life calls. So let's bust out some more PS2 music. One of my favorite soundtracks on the PlayStation 2 is a game that nobody ever talks about. So there was a Ghost in the Shell game made for PS2, and it was okay. Let's see. Jeff says Kingdom Hearts. Ryan says Way of the Samurai. TJR Richard says Extreme G3 has a good soundtrack. Jillian Church says, yes, I love you. I am too. Jillian, you're awesome. Sadly, I will not be at CastleCon East. I don't know if you heard me wrong. I won't be there. If I was, I would totally be hanging out with you and everyone else. But sadly, I can't go because life calls, man. George Kitchen has joined. Ah, Georgie boy. George. My man. You get an air horn, baby. That's right. Welcome to the stream. We're already done with the stream. The stream is ended. We're just chilling now. I already spoke about everything I wanted to speak about. So I'm going to pop on the Ghost in the Shell soundtrack. George, you are a composer. What are some of your favorite PlayStation 2 soundtracks, if you have any? I think Ghost in the Shell is an amazing soundtrack. Brooks says, damn, I'm going there, but I'll see you at ABGC. Yeah, dude, I'll see you at ABGC. John says, I regretted buying PS2 back in the day. I liked virtually none of the games on it. I was too into Sega and Xbox. Bro, that's totally understandable. The original Xbox is my second favorite console of all time. George says, going to bed, just wanted to see how drunk you were. Not much. Not much. I'll just have a little bit of whiskey so far. Drinking some Jim Beam bourbon, and I have some soju in case I finish that one. Don't get me started. All right. Lee Baxter says Zone of the Enders too. Dude, both Zone of the Enders games have fantastic soundtracks. Since it's Road Rage is a good Crazy Taxi clone. I only own that game on the Xbox. I think the Xbox port is much better. Some of my favorite PS2 games. John says, I've never really been a fan of any PlayStation. I said to Sony, I give up on you. I joked I'll buy a PS4 if Shenmue 3 is announced. Oh man, did they call my bluff? I said, well played, Sony. Checkmate my ass. I also bought a PS4 back in the day because we all thought that Shenmue 3 could happen on it, and it did. Jeff says, I'm totally buzzed at the moment on Bud Light. All right, that's cool, man. Bud Light's pretty good porter. I sometimes drink it when I'm doing my calorie counting and I'm out with some friends. So some of my favorite PS2 games, I would say, Rob Marsack has joined. Or is it Rob Marsack's cat using his Facebook account? To Rob Marsack's cat, you get an air horn. Lee Baxter says Ape Escape 2 Monkey Football. LOL. Yeah, Ape Escape was a pretty good series. I think Ape Escape is the reason why the PlayStation even has thumbsticks. I think they made the DualShock controller for that game. My favorite PS2 games, there's quite a few of them. I would say my favorite PlayStation 2 game, and oh, I love this song. And everybody makes fun of me for this, but I'm going to go grab it. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Rob says both. Nice. John says, I have nightmares. Sometimes that Shenmue 3 would be a buggy disaster when it finally arrives, and everyone will immediately give it a terrible review. Shenmue 3 is going to be awesome. Let's see. Sorry, guy. I never shut up about Shenmue. Dude, neither do I. Ask any of my friends. That's all I talk about. Let's see. Rob says, 1 also. 1 to what? Jeff says, if you change the time settings on the PS2, you can play Halloween and Christmas levels on Simpsons Road Rage. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Brian Kark has joined. Hey, Brian, what's going on, buddy? So, my favorite PS2 game of all time, and everybody makes fun of me for it, is this guy right here. I love Final Fantasy X-2. It is my second favorite game of all time. And, of course, no 10-2 collection is complete. No 10-2 collection is complete without the Japanese International plus Final Mission version. Because that gives you the complete story of 10-2. In reference to DualShock on PS1. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ape Escape 1 is pretty much the reason for PS1 that the DualShock controller exists. John Dogie says, why didn't Sega put Shenmue 2 on a PS2? Actually, there's a technical reason for that. From what I've understood over time, Shenmue 2 can't run on a PS2. Apparently, the PS2 has issues with certain graphics that Shenmue 2 uses. Let's see. Freak Out is a really cool PS2 game. Okay. I haven't played that one. Ryan says, is that karaoke as well? What is? What's karaoke? Let me go put these back. I'll bring out some more games. Hold on 1 second. Okay. You probably saw what I was holding. Let's see, there's some comments here. Final Fantasy X-2 is not karaoke. It is a Japanese RPG. Let's see. I finally thought of a good PS2 game, Fantavision. I actually really like Fantavision. That was a release title, I think. I actually have Fantavision over there somewhere. Nina, how the hell are you? Nina, you get a fucking air horn, man. Hell yeah. John says that sounds like a wind chime rave, and what the hell is that? Oh, are you talking about the music? Yeah, I'm just kind of blowing through the Ghost in the Shell soundtrack at the moment. Yo, Joe Syriac, give me a PS2 OST to play. Joe says remove them shades so we get lost in those eyes. I'm a little tired, so I have a little bit of bags going on, but there you go. There's my eyes. Here, you get an extreme close-up. Anyway, so I have the shades on because, one, it matches the collared shirt, and for two, this light is so fucking bright, it's starting to annoy me. Let's see. Lee says she has a demon scarf. Who has a demon scarf? Jeff says Dance Dance Revolution, some of my favorite PS2 games. Yes, the DDR games on PS2 are great. I actually own all of them, except for the Japanese DDR Extreme, because it's fucking expensive as hell. So some of my favorite PS2 games. A very special one to me. Star Ocean Till the End of Time. Very good game. I love the philosophical ideas presented in this game. Did you honestly stay sleep deprived to watch the Shenmue 3 trailer? You looked like your head was going to explode. Yes, I did. The Shenmue 3 trailer aired at like 5:45 in the morning in my time zone, in Eastern Standard Time, because it was during Gamescom. Let's see. Rob says if I had to pick my favorite PS2 game, it is a tie between Dark Cloud 2 and Nocturne. Okay. Rob, I thought your Rob, I know your favorite PS2 game. That's it. That's Rob's favorite PS2 game. I'm just kidding. This game is... I don't know much about Mega Man because I haven't played it much, but I saw Rob play this game and it's horrible. Do the Devil May Cry 3 soundtrack. Okay. Any particular song? Lee Baxter says Haunting Ground is good. Haunting Ground is really good. It's just really expensive. Rob says burn to the ground. Hell yeah. So one of my other favorite PS2 games. Of course, no PS2 collection is complete without Tekken Tag Tournament. This is a Japanese copy of the game. When it comes to horror games, speaking of Haunting Ground, obviously, Silent Hill 3 is an amazing game. Good soundtrack, too. Matthew, how are you? Another one is, obviously, everybody loves the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. We have Budokai 3, another good one. That's an X7 reference. Okay. I remember you made that reference before. I just didn't remember it. John Dogie says, I'm pretty sure PlayStation 2 was only successful because it had a DVD player. Actually, that's very true. Same with the PS3. The PS3 had the Blu-ray player in it. Back in the day, DVD players were, standalone units, and the PS2 had it built in, which totally sold the system while the DVDs were growing as a platform. Leonard DeSena. Wow, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy? Lee Back says, I found Haunting Ground for €5. Dude, that's fucking great. Leonard DeSena says, Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3? Ooh. When it comes to scariness, I think Silent Hill 2 is more effective. When it comes to soundtrack, I prefer Silent Hill 3. I actually used to know a girl in high school who looked exactly like the main character of Silent Hill 3. That character. It was so hilarious. We always used to joke about it, but I have no idea where she is anymore. Let's see. I love the Naruto games. Yep. Naruto Shippuden, those games are okay. Leonard says, oh, good, bro. Good to hear. John says, I'm not a total PlayStation hater, but I think it has no good games. Change my mind, James. What would I love on it? I love Dreamcast mainly, and I'm into funny Japanese humor games and effed up games that are crazy weird. Okay. If you like Dreamcast games, obviously. This is the version, this is the Japanese res that has a trans vibrator in it. Ah, Gaetano! Mr. Guy. Gaetano! You're gonna air horn, buddy. How you doing, Guy? What's going on, buddy? How's baby Gaetano? He's gonna take over the world one day. So, funny Japanese PS2 games. I feel... Yeah, there's a lot of PS2 games that are like that. My knowledge of the PS2 library isn't that great, but there are definitely a lot of good games. Like, Gekaibo 2 is one of them. That's a fun game. Where you take pictures of random shit, and it's hilarious. Animal Soccer World is another one. That game is so bad. Steambot Chronicles. I haven't played that one. Not a PlayStation hater, yet says there's no good games. Twisted Metal Black is amazing. Twisted Metal Black is a fantastic game. If you want fucked up games, Twisted Metal Black is definitely a good one. John says, I have Rez on PSVR. That's where it should have always been. I'm set with Rez. I'm such a fan. I imported on the Dreamcast, but on Xbox Live. Definitely. I cried when I played Area X for the first time. It's actually recorded on YouTube. You should check it out. Look up Kuma Ulta. It's a karaoke game featuring bears. Oh, yeah. Kuma is Japanese for bear, I believe. God Hand, definitely. I was playing the God Hand soundtrack before, actually. I'm going to switch to soundtrack. Speaking of soundtracks. What should I put on? Armored Core is a pretty good soundtrack. Kind of fits in line with the Ghost in the Shell soundtracks. Why doesn't Spider-Man shoot webs out of his butt? I think the real question is, why doesn't Spider-Man shoot webs out of his dick? John Springfield, buddy, how you been? I haven't seen you since high school, dude. Justin says, play Baby Universe from We Love Katamari. Okay. Can you hear it okay? Res PSVR has a new Res level. It whet my appetite for a Res sequel. Do you think it will happen? No comment. Anyway, so I'm going to end this stream in like 10 minutes because there's no more hacks to talk about. We already covered all of that. I first learned about Kuma from the Tekken games, definitely. That would be a great song lyric. Spider Dick does whatever Spider Dick does. Lee says, haven't played Shadow of Memory. It's supposed to be good. I haven't played it. Let's see. John says, I'm good. Yeah, it's been a long time. Just moved to Maryland. Nice, dude. Child of Eden was a sequel. So, Child of Eden was a sole successor to Rez. But I don't know if it's... I don't think it's a sequel because the story... I mean, yeah, Eden technically could be a reference to Rez, but I don't think it's a direct sequel. What would a spider sick do? Do you mean spider dick? The PS2 has such great music. I'm more of a fan of the weird, like, techno stuff, like the stuff from Armored Core, Zone of the Enders, or, like, Ghost in the Shells game. But there's also a lot of good, like, Japanesey tracks like this. Silent Hill, but I suck playing at it. John says, okay, have a good night. I'm going to watch Rocky 2. All right, man. Thanks for coming out, dude. Ryan says Okami. Okami is a fantastic game. That the HD version for PC was really well done. So, there's nothing really left to talk about. We've been going for just over an hour now, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. So, they should remake Legends of Legaia. I've never played Legends of Legaia, but I've heard really good things about it. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream here because I'm getting tired and I need to eat some food. So, everyone, thanks for coming out. And I realized that it was a PS2 hacking stream, but when it comes to PS2 modding, it only really takes like 20 minutes to break down every mod you can do. Because it's like, from an intermediate standpoint, they're pretty simple. You either have FreeMC Boot, Mr. Keystar Launcher, hot swapping with a flip top, or mod chips, right? Or HD loader, you know, whatever you want to do. And yeah, so dude, play it. Okay, I'll definitely put on my list. I'm trying to build my PS2 collection a bit, which here, I'll show it to you actually. My PS2 collection is pretty much all those games from top the first 3 shelves. And then I have 3 consoles, 2 North American, 1 Japanese. And yeah, so Jeff says it was great chatting with you again. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. And so anyway, guys, thanks for coming out. And as always, have a good night. Have a nice day. Play video games. Or if you don't, that's cool too. And yeah, so I usually say support Shenmue 3, but the campaign's over, so buy it at retail. And thanks, guys.